All right, good evening, everyone. I am decided to do this live because, all parents right now are in a sort of state of crisis about educating our children, their children, your children. And, so am I. I am an educator with a degree in education, master's degree in education. Many of you know that for 10 years, my husband and I have been developing the Community Academy for Architecture and Design, which is an architecture and design focused school, which we worked very hard to make it a charter school. But we made some tough choices because of COVID, and have decided to relinquish our charter and to work on TCAD more as a private and independent school, and definitely develop a plan for the school going virtual. But I really am doing this live really to talk about why we made the final decision. We've been back and forth for a minute, but why we made the final decision to homeschool our son. And I'm literally about to submit the declaration of intent to homeschool in a second. But, I've been having lots of conversations with my friends about homeschooling and the challenges of it and folks being scared to homeschool. But I finally made that. Sorry, my dog is. Shh. But I mainly, because I'm going to be the primary teacher during most of the day, but I'm not even a teacher, really a learning coach for my son. But, we just made the decision today. I experienced the last few days of him doing virtual schooling and really just said, I would much rather be spending this time working on projects. And so that's what we're going to do. And the reasons for that is that, as a parent, our first role is that of a teacher. As parents, we are the teachers. We're the ones who teach our babies how to walk. We teach them how to stand up, how to wash themselves, how to do any and all things. And so I know many parents out there are afraid to home educate their children, and so I'm a learner, every day. So I dove right into a lot of Facebook groups on homeschooling, particularly Black homeschooling groups. And the thing that I learned is that you don't have to create school at home. That every day there's learning happening. For the last 6 months, as we sat at home and we've been at home with our children as they watch us work, a lot of times side by side with them, our children are learning. They're learning work ethic. When you go to the grocery store, they can help you develop the budget and the grocery list and help you shop and help you figure out, what they need in the house. All of that, that's math. That's social studies. That's learning. So school does not have to be so regimented. We don't have to create school at home. We can create a really beautiful environment where our kids are doing projects, and that's what we're going to be doing. Um, and so it's just not as stressful. I was stressing myself out about, this curriculum. Oh, I got to have this. I got to have that. I got to have all this stuff. No, I just need paper, 3-ring binders, a good printer to print stuff out. I found some really cool resources that are very inexpensive. And after, talking to a bunch of friends of mine and other people in different industries, and just talking about homeschooling, home educating is what I really prefer to call it. A lot of people said, Tiffany, you should really blog, stream, talk about what you're doing. And I don't need another project. My number one project is my son. But I said, I don't mind sharing resources and sharing the experience. And if people want to, be part of the experience or learn from just some things that we're doing, then so be it. I don't mind sharing that. But at this point, I'm not trying to make it a big thing. I just want to really focus on my own family and my own well-being, my own mental health, physical health, because the last 6 months have been very, very challenging, as I know it has been for all of you. So that's really it. I mean, we're going to home educate, and and if if anybody wants to share the journey with me and have some ideas on how best to do that, I can do other videos. I can share, sort of the beginnings of the process that I'm putting together for my son, and just go from there. But I'm finally excited and not nervous and not freaking out. But I had to kind of see what the other side was, and what I saw with the virtual learning. I just felt like that time could have been better spent working on a project versus watching teachers try to deal with behaviors with kids, and figuring out where to go, and I have an expertise in digital literacy, and it's just been really frustrating the last couple of days, and I'm a highly digitally literate parent, and I was frustrated, so I can only imagine what the average parent was going through, because I couldn't even get my child into on the system, into Teams, and I use Teams this summer for 60 plus Georgia State University students. So, I know a little bit about how to use Teams. But I have some critiques on, I think ways that the county can make this easier for parents and for students. But, that's probably a different conversation at another time. But I would love to have those conversations with the county if they want to ever talk to me about it. I definitely have some opinions and some expertise about, ways that I think they're making it more difficult than it needs to be. But yeah, so we're homeschooling. I know we've been back and forth about it, but we are going to home educate, just quickly some of the projects that we're working on a tree house. My son is very good at Minecraft, and so instead of him just continuing to play Minecraft, we're trying to take Minecraft to another level. So he's doing some classes around learning Java in Minecraft, so coding Minecraft versus just using the handheld joystick or whatever. So he's going to be doing that, and he's going to be offering some workshops in Minecraft. We set him up his first website, bought his URL today, set up his first website that will be sort of a portfolio that he'll be able to learn how to write and develop the website around the projects that he's working on. So, and that website is homeschooling.space. If anybody wants to check it out, I think we just launched it like 30 minutes ago. So we're working. We never stop schooling, and I advise, or educating, and I advise you all to, if you're on the fence about home educating your child or children, don't be nervous. There's a ton of resources out there. There's a lot of stuff that's free. I also joined the HSLDA, which is essentially the homeschooling legal defense organization. I did that just because, I'm a big believer in, nobody's really going to mess with you if you got a team. So I joined that organization just so I can stay up on the laws about homeschooling. So, there's stuff out there, there's resources out there. And if anybody needs assistance, if they need coaching, hit me up. You can go to my website to contact me, or Facebook or LinkedIn. I'm not hard to find. All right. I love to hear your comments. I can't really see the comments here in StreamYard. So I will check out Facebook and be responding to any comments or anything y'all want to say. If you can say nothing, or you can say a whole lot. But just appreciate you listening and just sharing, my experience. All right. Hope you have a good evening. Bye-bye.